I'm the state senator from District 30, which is 38% of the state of Oregon. It still has the same number of people in it as all other Senate districts, but it's 38% of the landmass of Oregon. The district touches Washington State up at the Dalles, which I have the privilege of representing. I have sisters, I have Terrebonne, I have Madras, and then I have Ontario, Baker City, and parts of Lakeview. So my district touches 4 states. I grew up on a cattle ranch just inside Oregon, just outside of Nevada, where there was almost no water. And stayed there for 10 years, and that ranch was sold. We moved to a ranch 100 or so miles away, still in Harney County, and we thought we moved into the Garden of Eden because it actually rained. And we grew up, though, every day wondering if we would have water. There's a constant drumbeat of will we have water in the eastern part of the state. This lends itself to a degree of paranoia that's totally justified. The challenge when we talk about water, and you're dealing with folks who actually know what it means not to have it, is to understand that fear and then to appropriately address it in any context of water. How many of you have been to Peru? Can you raise your hands? How many? Okay. So you 3 people know that they have very little water in Peru. The space along the coast is a desert. Lima is on the coast. You are not allowed, just to make this really graphic, to put toilet paper into their toilets. All the toilet paper goes into a container adjacent to the toilet. That's because they don't have sufficient volumes of water to carry anything away. It's been that way for many years there, and it's growing worse. If you want a vision of how Oregon might look, go to Peru. We stopped in Costa Rica for 4 days on the way down. They're facing the same challenges. In any of these conversations, by the way, water, climate change, I'm irked because I'm a Republican. And I tend to be judged not by things like you'd find in Scientific American, which I often purchased and did on my way back from Peru, but by other Republicans' approach to these important issues. I resent that. I suggest that if we are going to approach this issue in a thoughtful way, which is why I'm here, and I'm sure why all of you folks are here, you will listen to the person, listen to the message, and not attack the messenger. It's critically important. Now, having said that, these issues of climate and water are critically important to every one of us here. Unbelievably important. It's going to take all of our thinking, all of our smart people, all of the science, all of the thought possible to address these issues in a way that's going to keep us safe. You know what I'm trying to say here is you can't engage in politics, which is exactly what happened, unfortunately, in House Bill 2020. And I want to give credit to my good friend Michael Dembo for working his butt off on the bill. The challenge, though, is that you have to take everybody along for the ride. You can't leave 40–50% of Oregonians along the road. And that bill did just that. But it's my hope that through conversations like this and others between now and February, we will end up with a bill that actually addresses issues on a global scale. So when I sat down, as I did with the political leaders of Peru, and I'm not joking, just 2 nights ago, and say things like, we can help because Oregon's going to take the lead in these issues and not focus just on itself. They listened. They were ecstatic that somebody from Little Oregon, I actually tried to convince them we were bigger than Little, but they listened and they were anxious to hear that message. So I'm anxious to hear what we debate today and look forward to a productive, meaningful conversation.